What is the supernatural genre? It can be defined as any media that involves any extraordinary phenomenon, whether it may be werewolves, vampires, gods, or even ghosts. These are often blended with other genres, most notably horror, romance, or even comedy. When it's time to create a movie or TV show, creatives mostly focus on the creatures, and nothing is wrong with that. But the supernatural can also be used as a setting for a story. For example, a haunted town or a particular ominous event that happens either randomly or at a specific time. Other forms of the supernatural are urban legends or creepypastas. These are often used to scare people,
Wanna play hide and clap?
but I'm not gonna get into that. My love for the supernatural was born when I was just a little kid, back when CDs and DVDs were still a thing. One day when I was bored with the shows I had, I went over to my dad's collection of movies and watched whichever one that looked appealing at the time. And The Vampire Diaries caught my eye, so I watched it and I loved it. The idea that there are these creatures living amongst humans always captures my attention. Seeing them struggle to blend in and have to deal with both human and non-human problems is always entertaining to watch. It's like watching Spider-Man juggle both his superhero life and human life. Watching supernatural films is like being thrown into a different but similar world, where there are these monsters and abnormal people inhabiting it, and there's always lore that the creator comes up with to differentiate their work from others, and that always excites me. I always admire when the creators behind supernatural media take the time and effort to create new takes on creatures associated with the genre, whether it is how the creature operates, or their weaknesses, or even their origin. And there are times when what the creator comes up with is dumb, but you get an E for effort. Supernatural, the TV show, is one of the best examples when it comes to lore. It makes sense, it's believable, and understandable. And the show integrates the lore into the story beautifully. And I can't talk about lore without talking about The Vampire Diaries. Even though it's flawed and sometimes ridiculous, The Vampire Diaries will forever be one of my favorites. I love the lore. I love everything from the lore to the characters. And even though I prefer werewolves, I just love their vampires and the different types. The normal vampire, the hybrid vampire, original vampire, upgraded original vampire, and Augustine vampire. And while I do find inhuman creatures fascinating, and most times I'm only watching for said inhuman creatures, I will also watch just for the eerie, dark, and mystery vibe. Shows like Lockwood and Co. and Haunting of Bly Manor are both excellent examples, and both contain ghosts. I highly recommend you check it out. Seriously. And as a big fan of gore, seeing carnage is almost a must with this genre, especially with werewolves. The versatility of the genre is something that must be acknowledged. Comedy, horror, romance, thriller, drama, and mystery, the way it blends with all of these and never ceases to entertain puts my mind at ease knowing that anytime I'm bored, I can put one on and relax. And with the supernatural genre, the possibilities are endless. Your imagination and creativity is all you need to be able to create these fascinating worlds and creatures, engaging stories, and interesting characters.